All right, welcome to the deep dive. Today we are tackling something absolutely critical for anyone running an online store, particularly on Shopify, uh, your product pages.
Hmm.
You can spend a ton getting people to your site, but if that final page, that destination, doesn't convert, well, it's kind of wasted effort.
It really is.
So we've been digging into an article from the shopstrategy.com. It focuses specifically on advanced features you can use to turn those browsers into actual buyers.
Yeah, the real nuts and bolts of conversion on the page itself.
Exactly. So our mission here is to pull out the best and the most actionable insights from that source, really help you make your product pages powerful sales tools.
And I'm working harder.
Right. And just quickly, this deep dive, Shop Strategy, is powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your store. You can test it out for free on Shopify.
Good to know. And that source material, it really frames the product page perfectly, doesn't it? It calls it the final battlefield.
Yeah, I liked that phrasing. It's where the decision, happens or doesn't happen.
Precisely. It's the make or break point.
And there was one statistic in there that really stood out. Product pages directly influence up to 83% of purchasing decisions.
83%. That's massive. Almost everyone who ends up buying is heavily influenced by that single page.
It really highlights a point the article makes strongly. So many stores pour money into ads, into social, SEO, getting the traffic.
Right. The focus is all on traffic acquisition.
But then they send all those people to pages that just aren't built to, sell.
Yeah, it's like spending a fortune on a Super Bowl ad and then having the doors to your shop locked when people show up.
Exactly. Or the inside is just a mess. The article is pretty blunt about it. Blurry pictures, descriptions that don't really say much, confusing options.
Those are huge friction points.
Huge. They just make people leave. Every little thing on that page either builds confidence or it creates friction, pushes them away.
And friction is conversion's worst enemy, especially, as the article points out, on mobile.
Oh, yeah. Mobile's huge. Over 60% of Shopify visits on phones.
And if your page is slow or clunky on that small screen, you're losing sales, period. There's data in there showing a 1-second load delay can cut conversions by 7%.
7% for 1 second. Speed isn't just nice, it's absolutely essential.
It's table stakes now.
That stat alone is a wake-up call. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the opportunity we're talking about. The article cites Baymard Institute research.
Oh, Baymard. Always good data.
Right. And they found that only about 49% of e-commerce sites have product page UX that's even decent or good.
Wow. So more than half, 51%,
Huh.
mediocre or even worse.
Yeah. It means there's this huge opening for stores willing to actually focus on this and do it well.
It's a massive competitive advantage just waiting there.
And the article puts a number on the potential game. The conversion gap between an average page and an excellent one, it can be as high as 85%.
85%. Just let that sink in. That's not transformative for a business.
Totally. And optimizing isn't just about that first sale, right?
No, not at all. It's about building trust, which means fewer returns down the line. It's about a better experience, which means repeat customers, brand advocates even.
The ripple effect is significant.
Absolutely. It goes way beyond just that initial conversion rate.
Okay, so how do we start? How do we build these excellent pages? The article gets into the essentials, starting with visuals. The stars of the show.
They really are. Our brains process images so much faster than text. The source says 60,000 times faster. Visuals are how people understand the product online.
And it's not just about having one good photo. The article is specific. You need multiple angles.
Non-negotiables, like 5 to 8 high-res shots, different perspectives, maybe show it in use, give context.
And doing just that, letting people see it from all sides like they would in a shop, can lift conversions by up to 27%.
That makes sense. It mimics that physical interaction. Then there's zoom.
Right. Got to let people inspect the details.
Yeah, and it needs to be smooth, work properly on mobile, show genuine detail, not just pixelation. It helps bridge that can't-touch-it gap.
And then the 360-degree view. The article suggests this makes people more active, more engaged.
It does. Keeps them on the page longer, lets them explore. Apparently, it can convert up to 40% better than just static images.
Wow. 40%. And finally, video.
Yes. A short video, maybe 30 to 90 seconds. Show it being used, demonstrate the size, maybe even the sound if that's relevant. It answers those questions people have but can't ask.
Addresses uncertainty.
Exactly.
The article mentions some themes like Turbo, Flex, Dawn have good support for this stuff built in. Or you can use apps, things like Looks, Easy Video, ArcSpin.
Right. And the key takeaway is that investing in really good visuals usually pays off big time.
Okay, so visuals are sorted. Next up, the words, the
Look.
product description.
Yeah, and the big shift here, according to the source, is moving from just describing what it is,
Like listing features.
right, to explaining what it does for the customer, turning those features into tangible
It's
benefits.
because people buy benefits, not features.
Pretty much. And structure is vital here, too.
Ah.
People scan online. They don't read word for word initially.
So break it up, make it scannable.
Definitely. Use headings, bullet points, maybe tabs or collapsible sections for longer details. The article suggests a flow. Start with a hook, maybe a quick problem-solution story.
Get them engaged.
Then hit them with feature benefit bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Weave in some social proof, like a quote from a review, and then have the detailed technical specs easily accessible.
And that benefit-driven writing is key, not just 200 thread count cotton.
But breathable 200 thread count cotton that keeps you cool all night. Connect the spec to the feeling, the outcome.
So you're appealing to emotion, but also giving the logical reasons.
Exactly. You need both, the desire and the justification.
And those technical specs, dimensions, materials, compatibility, make them super easy to find and scan.
Yeah, don't bury them. Use tables or clear lists. If people have to hunt for basic info, they'll just leave.
Okay, makes sense. Now, things get a bit more complex with product options and variants. The article mentions Shopify's built-in limit, 100 variants.
Yeah, that 100 variant limit can be a real headache for stores with lots of customization. Clothing sizes and colors add up fast.
So you often need apps like infinite options or bold product options to handle more complex scenarios.
Right. But just having more options isn't enough. The experience of choosing has to be good.
How so?
Well, options need logical grouping. Maybe use conditional logic, so if you choose digital download, you don't see shipping options, that kind of thing.
Ah, smart. Avoid irrelevant choices.
Exactly. And it has to look clean and work easily on mobile. Plus, visual tools help a lot.
Like color swatches.
Yeah, clickable color swatches, maybe even image swatches for patterns.
Mm.
Drop-downs if you have tons of options, radio buttons for fewer choices, check boxes for add-ons. Accuracy is key. The swatch needs to match the actual product.
And that feature where the main image updates as you select options.
Oh, the variant preview. Yeah, the article highlights that one. Huge impact. Can boost conversions by 30% or more?
Because people see exactly what they're getting, reduces that uncertainty.
Totally. And dynamic pricing is crucial here, too.
Yeah. Meaning the price updates as you choose options.
Yes, instantly and clearly. No surprises later in the cart. That's a conversion killer.
So if adding and grieving costs extra, they see that reflected right away.
Precisely. Transparency is key. The article also mentions using dynamic pricing for bundles.
Right. Show the savings versus buying separately boosts AOV.
Or quantity discounts. Buy 3, go 10% off. Buy 5, get 15% off. Display those tiers clearly.
Makes sense. Incentivize bigger orders.
The core idea is just absolute clarity on price based on the choices made.
Now, that conditional logic you mentioned sounds technical, but the article presents it as simplifying things for the customer.
It absolutely does. It turns a potentially confusing mess of options into a guided path.
So you only see the choices relevant to what you've already picked.
Exactly. If you select frame color, black, maybe only certain matte colors become available. It reduces cognitive load, makes it easier to decide, and boosts conversions.
You'd likely use apps for this, like Product Customizer or Superfields.
Often, yes. Or custom code for complex needs. And clear labeling helps too, showing what's required with an asterisk, marking things as optional.
And for really complex, customizable stuff.
The article points to product configurators as the top tier. Think customizing a car or designing furniture online.
Right, interactive builders.
Yeah, maybe with 3D rendering that updates live, a summary of your build. It's a bigger investment for sure. But for the right products, it offers a premium experience and can really drive conversions.
Okay, so we've helped them configure the product. Now let's talk trust. Social proof is huge here. Reviews.
Digital word of mouth, basically. The source says 93% of people read online reviews and they impact decisions. Implementation matters, though.
How so? Just having reviews isn't enough.
Well, having a clear star rating system near the title and price, that gives instant credibility. Average rating plus the number of reviews.
Visual shortcut for trust.
Exactly. And photo and video reviews, even better. Seeing real people with the product is powerful validation.
Apps like Loops or Junip help collect those.
Yeah, and the article suggests they can lift conversions by 15–30%. That's significant.
Definitely. What about showing the real reviews?
Verified purchase badges,
Mhm.
little indicators that show the person actually bought the item. Most review apps can do this by checking order data. Builds trust.
And where you put them matters too.
Sure. Highlight great testimonials in the description, let people filter reviews, maybe see reviews for a specific variant, show summary stats, and don't hide negative feedback.
Really? Address it.
Yes. Respond professionally. It shows you're confident and care about customer service. It can actually build more trust than having only perfect reviews.
Interesting point. Okay, beyond reviews, what about basic security signals?
Crucial. Security fears drive cart abandonment, so clear signals are needed.
Like the SSL certificate, the padlock.
Yep, visible padlock, secure checkout text. Not just at checkout, but on the product page too. Shopify handles the SSL itself, which is great.
And showing payment logos, Visa, PayPal, ShopPay.
Leverage that built-in trust. Put those logos near the Add to Cart button and again at checkout. Familiarity breeds confidence.
What about fraud protection messages?
Even simple things like 100% secure checkout with a shield icon placed near where people enter info can ease fears about data theft.
And policy transparency, returns, warranties.
Turn potential objections into trust points. Have clear, concise summaries of your return policy and warranty right there on the product page. Link to the full details, sure, but give the highlights up front.
Like easy 30-day returns.
Exactly. Highlight guarantees near the Add to Cart button. Show estimated delivery times if possible. Make it all easy to scan. No clicks needed initially.
Okay, building trust. Now how about nudging them to buy now? Urgency and scarcity tactics.
Leveraging FOMO, fear of missing out. Classic stuff.
Like low stock warnings, only 3 left.
Yep. Creates urgency. But and the article stresses this, it must be honest. Fake scarcity backfires badly if people figure it out.
Good point. What if something is out of stock?
Use back-in-stock alerts. Let people sign up for an email notification, turns that disappointment into a lead capture and potential future sale. Apps can automate this.
Smart. Limited editions too.
Creates exclusivity, drives action for special items.
And time-based stuff. Countdown timers.
Yeah, clear deadlines work. Sale ends in 2 days, or a live countdown timer for a flash sale gives a concrete reason to buy now. Again, apps can help here.
Makes sense. But all that urgency means nothing if actually adding the item to the cart is a pain.
Absolutely. The Add to Cart experience needs to be totally frictionless. This is the moment of truth.
So things like sticky add to cart buttons, the ones that follow you as you scroll.
Very effective, especially on mobile. The source says they can lift conversions by up to 20% just by eliminating that need to scroll back up.
Wow. And placement on mobile matters too.
Definitely. Think about where thumbs naturally rest. Bottom of the screen often works well. Button needs to be big enough, easy to tap accurately.
And the color. Just make it bright.
Contrast is key. Yeah, make it stand out from the page, but still fit your brand. But you really need to A/B test colors, sizes, even the text on the button Add to Cart versus Buy Now to see what resonates with your audience.
Testing is crucial. What about confirming the ad?
Cart preview functionality. When they click Add to Cart, show a mini cart sliding in or a little confirmation pop-up. Reduces anxiety, clarifies the next step.
And gives clear options to keep shopping or check out.
Exactly. Smooth transition.
Okay, so they've added to cart. What about increasing the order value? Cross-selling, upselling?
Yeah, maximizing AOV while helping customers find things they might actually need or want. Related product recommendations are a start.
Like customers also bought.
Right. AI can power these, looking at buying patterns to suggest things that genuinely complement the item being viewed. Shopify has some built-in tools, or apps like AlsoBot offer more advanced algorithms.
Using their browsing history helps too.
You can make it more personalized, yeah.
But sometimes you want manual control.
Absolutely. For new products, seasonal bundles, or complete the look type suggestions, manual curation is often better. A mix of AI and human touch is usually best.
What about add-on products, like suggesting batteries for a toy?
Perfect example.
Hmm?
Or bundling strategies offer a discount if they buy the camera, lens, and bag together. Apps like Bundle Builder help manage that.
Gift sets work well too.
Definitely. And placement is key for add-ons. Suggesting accessories after they've chosen the main product, but before checkout often works well. They're already in buying mode.
And show them clearly. Thumbnails, benefits, price.
Yes, and make it super easy, ideally one click to add the accessory to the cart. Effortless.
Okay, lots of great features, but none of it matters if the page is slow or broken on mobile, right? Performance is foundational.
Absolutely the bedrock.
Yeah.
Mobile responsiveness isn't just about shrinking things. It's a touch-friendly interface. Buttons need to be big enough, Spaced properly for fingers, 44 by 44 pixels minimum is a good guideline.
And image galleries should be swipeable.
Yeah, intuitive navigation on touchscreens. Clear indicators of where they are in the gallery.
Mobile checkout needs simplifying too.
Minimize typing.
Okay.
Auto-format fields, bring up the right keyboard numbers for phone numbers, etc.
And thinking mobile first in the design.
Means putting the most critical stuff, benefits, price, variants. Add to cart high up on the small screen. Details can come lower down.
Optimize for vertical scrolling. Maybe use accordions or tabs for dense info.
Exactly. Keep it clean initially. And
Yeah.
think about that thumb zone. Put key buttons where they're easy to reach.
And page speed. You mentioned images earlier. Is that the main thing?
It's often the single biggest culprit, yeah. Large, uncompressed images kill load times.
So optimizing images is priority number one.
Huge priority.
Hmm.
Techniques like lazy loading, only loading images when they scroll into view. Using modern formats like WebP or AVIF, which are smaller for the same quality. Serving correctly sized images for different devices.
Apps like TinyIMG can help automate that, can save a lot of file size.
Yeah, 60–80% reduction is possible without hurting quality. Also, cleaning up code, minifying JavaScript and CSS files.
Reducing the amount of code to download.
Right. And optimizing the critical rendering path, making sure the essential above-the-fold content loads first, so the page feels fast, even if other stuff is still loading.
Caching helps too, right? Storing resources locally.
Definitely. Browser caching and server-side caching, which Shopify handles well, mean faster loads for repeat visitors.
Okay, wow. That is a lot of potential improvements. How does someone actually start implementing all this without getting totally overwhelmed?
Methodically. The article really pushes a data-driven, phased approach. Don't try to do everything at once.
Start small. Identify priorities.
Exactly. Assess features based on potential impact versus implementation complexity. Build a roadmap.
The source suggests a framework. High impact, low complexity first.
Generally, yeah. Things like image optimization, improving descriptions, maybe adding basic reviews. Those are often good starting points. Big wins, relatively easy.
And measure everything before you start.
Crucial. Define your KPIs, conversion rate, add to cart rate, maybe time on page, scroll depth. Set up tracking before you change anything.
Enhanced e-commerce and Google Analytics. Event tracking.
Yep. Use GA, maybe Hotjar for heat maps alongside Shopify Analytics. Get a clear picture of current performance. Then build a dashboard to watch those numbers as you make changes.
And then A/B testing to confirm improvement.
Absolutely fundamental. Test one change at a time. Isolate the variable.
Takes longer but gives clear results.
Exactly. Make sure you have enough traffic for statistical validity. Smaller stores need to run tests longer. Aim for 95% significance so you know the result is real.
And it's a cycle, right? Test, learn, implement, test again.
Continuous improvement. Sometimes you might use multivariate testing for complex pages with lots of elements interacting, but that needs even more traffic. The key is having a long-term testing plan tied to your goals.
Okay. So let's wrap this up. The big takeaway from this deep dive into Shopify product pages.
I think it's that optimizing these pages isn't just optional anymore. It's absolutely fundamental to e-commerce success. And honestly, given that Baymar data showing over half the market is mediocre, it's a massive opportunity.
A chance to really stand out and gain an edge.
For sure. Implementing these strategies, we talk about better visuals, benefit-focused copy, smarter options, building trust. Testing it can genuinely close that huge conversion gap.
And build that trust, create loyal customers.
Right. Think about that 85% potential conversion gap again. Imagine capturing even a small fraction of that improvement. What would that mean for your store?
Makes the effort seem very worthwhile. A final reminder, this deep dive was powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite uses smart discount campaigns, analyzing visitor behavior to trigger personalized offers right when they're most likely to convert.
Things like using countdown timers for urgency.
Exactly, and applying discounts automatically to reduce friction. It's really designed to significantly boost your conversion rates. You can install Growth Suite with just one click and test it out for free on your Shopify store.